Welcome to today's explainer. As a global society, we generate literal mountains of waste every single day. And when you think about it, nature has basically provided us with giant, superheated incinerators scattered all over the planet. It sounds so incredibly simple, you kind of can't help but wonder, why aren't we already doing this? Let's dive right into this ultimate what-if scenario and see what the data actually tells us about using Mother Nature to take out the trash.
So, what if we just pour all the trash on Earth straight into volcanoes? I mean, it feels like a genuine cheat code for our planet's waste management, right? You just back up a fleet of dump trucks right to the edge of the crater, tip it all in, and let the boiling magma do the rest of the work. Well, hold that thought. The reality of this strategy turns out to be way more volatile than the theory. When you actually think about the sheer volume of trash we produce and mix that with the extreme pressurized instability of magma, yeah, it's a combination that doesn't just quietly melt away.
Our expectation here is super straightforward. We effortlessly eliminate all global waste, leaving us with a beautiful, clean planet and absolutely zero overflowing landfills. But the grim reality detailed directly in our source material tells a very, very different story. Instead of a neat, hyper-efficient disposal method, mixing human waste with volcanic magma actually triggers three catastrophic environmental disasters. We are not just talking about a bigger bonfire here. We are talking about fundamentally disrupting the chemical balance of an active geologic feature. It basically sets off a rapid, cascading sequence of violent events. Step 1, chemical explosions. Step 2, toxic gases. And step 3, atmospheric pollution. Let's break that down. The very moment you drop thousands of tons of varied, everyday trash into superheated magma, you don't get a calm, crackling campfire. You get instant chemical explosions. See, when cold, often damp garbage hits molten rock that's sitting at roughly 2,000 degrees, the moisture instantly vaporizes. Just that rapid expansion alone is enough to shatter the crust of a lava lake, violently blasting magma literally hundreds of feet into the air. And then, the sudden introduction of all those plastics, metals, and organics into such an unstable, incredibly hot environment, it causes a highly reactive explosion. Basically, you are turning the volcano into a giant, unpredictable bomb. But here's the thing. The explosions are really just the visible, noisy part. The true, invisible threat immediately follows. To use the exact phrasing directly from our source material, this triggers the production of extremely dangerous toxic gases. Just try to imagine millions of plastic bags, heavy industrial chemicals, and synthetic fabrics all melting down simultaneously. The incredibly complex chemical makeup of our global waste synthesizes under those immense volcanic temperatures into lethal, concentrated clouds. This absolutely isn't just bad-smelling smoke. It is a life-threatening airborne hazard generated on an unfathomable scale. Let's put that timeline into perspective. 1 second in, the trash hits the magma. 1 minute in, violent chemical explosions absolutely rock the crater. 1 day in, severe atmospheric pollution. It's the domino effect of this timeline that is just truly staggering. Because those extremely dangerous toxic gases don't just politely stay inside the crater. No, they erupt outward, they catch the high-altitude wind currents, and they rapidly escalate what was a localized explosion into a severe, wide-reaching crisis. The volcano effectively weaponizes our own waste right against us, spreading those toxins globally. So we're left to the pretty stark realization. Mother Nature's incinerators aren't some magical shortcut. They would honestly just throw our garbage right back at us in the form of deadly, toxic clouds and massive global atmospheric pollution. Turns out, burning our problems away simply changes their state, from a solid problem on the ground to a massive, deadly gas problem in the sky. If volcanoes aren't the answer, and there are literally no cheat codes in nature, how will we actually solve our waste problem? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep asking those big questions.